to be here. Okay. Yep. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Am I looking at you or should I look at you? Okay, I'm looking at you. Okay. One moment, please. Finishing touches. Okay, I'm ready. I recently traveled to Nigeria for a few days. It was a very short trip and I am still processing the whole trip. Now, I landed on a Saturday and honestly, I braced myself for the absolute worst. The week before was a week where I psychologically prepared myself. The news on the media is not particularly helpful because the news is either about violence, about kidnapping, and it was a very scary time. I'm not even going to lie. I felt all sorts of emotions, and so the week before I just prepared myself psychologically and I'm like, oh god, this is really happening. I really need to go to Nigeria and whatever it is, just keep me. I was scared, I'm not going to lie. But landing in Niger on Saturday, I just felt this peace and this calmness. I just felt like you are at home and you have really nothing to be scared of. The Saturday I arrived was an environmental, so the roads were clear. I didn't really experience any extortion at the airport. It was seamless, everything was clear, beautiful. And that same day, I had to travel to Abeokuta to my mom with my younger brother. That will also be the first time I'll be getting on a train in Nigeria. And I didn't know what to expect, but surprisingly, I was impressed.
Take up between the train and the platform. Thank you for choosing Nigerian Railways. We look forward to serving you again.
It felt really good, very coordinated, very organized. The system easy, the trains on time. It was even faster than actually taking the road to Abeokuta. And yeah, but then when I landed in Abeokuta, a different reality dawned on me. First of all, transport costs. I was like, when did transportation become this bad? People come online and say their experiences, but I didn't think it would be so bad. I lived in Abeokuta for most of my life, and I'm like, even when my mom tells me, oh, transport is this amount from here to here, and I'm like, short distance, why is it this price? I did not know I was waiting for the shocker of my life. So we went into Just Right, a shopping mall, just to pick up a few things for my mom. And I was utterly speechless because the prices in Naira was equivalent to the prices in pounds, and I kid you not. I felt like, wait a minute, what is happening in this country? Are people actually spending in pounds and earning in naira? Hey, that's exactly how I felt. And for a moment there, I felt sympathy and empathy because in my head I'm like, how is the average Nigerian even able to afford anything? I was like, common soap detergent so expensive. I'm like, the place for food. And I remember when I used to work in Niger, I think my salary was about 150,000 or something. And I look at it and I'm like, if I'm buying groceries, essentials really, how much will I realistically have left after groceries, food, transport, maintain? I can't even do maintenance without 150,000 naira in this current day Nigeria. And I'm like, how do people actually survive? That one hit me. Oh, it hit me so bad. But then Nigerians are very happy people. You could tell it felt like home. And then I went home. My mom was not very surprised because she had a feeling I was coming. I don't know how, but that woman always knows. I felt homely. I felt a way I have not felt in a very long time. I felt at peace. I felt like this was my home, and it just goes to say that no matter where you travel to, no matter where you find yourself, no matter where you immigrate to, your home will always be your home. And I think it was at that point that that realization dawned on me that no matter what country I go to, whether I'm in the UK, Canada, US, wherever I go to, Nigeria will always be my home. And unlike every other trip I have done, this one just hits different. It was only 4 days, so I was like, it felt good. I'm not gonna lie. It felt good to be back home. And I'm not even talking food or anything. It was just the ambience, the warmth, the fact that this is where I grew up. I just really, 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 really loved it. Of course, you can't leave Nigeria without talking about the bad or the poor services or anything bad. First of all, train tickets from Abeokuta back to Lagos were sold out over 24 hours before the trains. I'm like, is the whole of Abeokuta traveling to Lagos? We even got to the train station like super early because we wanted to let's get there and see if we can buy tickets from the counter. And they were all sold out, and in my brain I'm like, what exactly is happening in this place? I was just like, nah, this is not right. But that's by the way. So when I was coming to Nigeria, because of everything I had heard, for my own peace of mind and sanity, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to stay in Lekki. So I stayed in Lekki phase one. Beautiful estate, beautiful area, beautiful house, beautiful happy and be. Welcome to our shortlets. Entirely very scattered room, but that's how rooms are supposed to look. And let me show you the grandest part. Let me look at those first. Let me show you the grandest part. I will be opening the curtains like this. And this one. Just look at this. Look at it. And that concludes the tour. But guess what? It rained and rained, and there was flood. Like the whole street, the entire street was flooded. I remember now, what is the hype about Lekki? Because I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. So many shops and so many nice stores, so many things to do here. But like, who goes out when it is raining or flooded? Exactly my point. It was a nice day. I enjoyed where I stayed. It was beautiful. And if I'm being honest, no problems at all. But I did not get the hype about the place. But that's story for another day. Another very beautiful thing that I experienced was genuine kindness. Now, when I talk about genuine kindness, the kind of kindness that there's nothing you want to give back to obviously reciprocate the kindness, but like it just felt genuine. I just felt honest. So I was going to Talk Glam Studios and I was looking for how to find it. Google Maps was of no help, right? So it was raining a bit and this man just came with an umbrella and says, sis, where you going? Are you lost? And remember, average Nigerian mentality in my head, why is this man trying to be nice to me? What is he looking for? But he was genuinely just trying to be nice. So he just took the umbrella off his head and put it over mine. This is nice. And it was surprising because Mary, are you trying to ask for my number or are you trying to? But Papa was just trying to be nice. And even though it was like something smaller, my interaction with him was like less than 5 minutes. It left a mark on me to say there are genuinely good people everywhere. Not everybody's all bad, not everybody's trying to kidnap you, not everybody. It was nice. That's all I can say about that. And of course, Nigeria would not let me leave without a little bit of drama. Now, the day before I left, I had shawarma. Mind you, I had the shawarma like the day, I think 2 days before, and I was fine. I was like, that means shawarma from here is safe. I did not realize that I was doing myself. The shawarma purged me. I purged. Oh, you're stooling and vomiting at the same time. Yep. I don't know what it was. I had first grade food poisoning, and I've not had food poisoning in maybe 5 years at this point. I had first grade food poisoning. Thankfully, I was ready. I had Imodium with me, loperamide. That's what I was taking. And then I had to go out and get oral rehydration solution and just keep drinking that. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, and I was going to travel the next day. Speaking of which, I get to the airport to leave Nigeria. And right from the entrance, they start to build. They build for the cats, they build for putting a tag on your foodstuff, they build for just checking your share code, they build for my fish, they build me to the point that I got to a certain point and I yelled at somebody. I was like, what is the problem? The guy said, I have to check you for drugs. I said, I just left the scanning machine. That's not what the machine is supposed to be for. He said, no, those ones are scanning you for, what did he even say? Me, I'm scanning you for drugs. I said, oh, then scan. Check, look for the drugs. In my brain, I was like, auntie, you will not find me something. Find your words. I said, I don't have any money with me. If you don't let me go, give me my key. Can I go? He said, yes, go. I was so mad. I was like, what kind of insolence is this? Every single point, auntie, find us something now. Auntie, she do us something. Auntie. In my head, the amount of money that left me in that airport, so traumatized. I had grade 1 PTSD, and I told myself, if I am going back to Nigeria, I am not flying out of Nigeria with Lagos Airport. I'm just going to go to Abuja and just go to Abuja and just fly from Abuja, because apparently Abuja is a lot thinner than Lagos. Because I can't even imagine. In my brain, I'm like, what exactly is going on? This is not even a very good first or last impression. That experience alone just made me not want to come back because it was so irritating. At some point, I was so disgusted. I was like, what is going on in this place and what is wrong with these people? Omo, the corruption in Nigeria is way beyond just saying, oh, it's the leaders that are at fault. Or even the average Nigerian is corrupt. And at this point, like this, corruption is institutional. It will take God Himself to enter Nigeria and change the hearts of people, because the corruption is not only from the top; it starts from even the now. As a Nigerian, I don't know, man. But looking back at my entire experience, Nigeria was exactly what I needed. I am in the phase in my life where there's a lot of transitioning going on, and sometimes in phases like this, it gets very confusing, and you just need to remind yourself who you are, where you're from, and what you're capable of doing. And that is what my trip to Nigeria actually did for me. So it wasn't all that bad. I was able to make my hair, do my beauty maintenance in that very short time, and trust me, that alone was like bliss for me, because I got to experience something that I have missed in a very long time. I didn't get to eat as much because I was so conscious of what I'm eating and food poisoning. And there's an outbreak of cholera, I think, in Lagos. So I was being so careful what I ate. But it was nice. It was lovely. I'm also grateful to God for protection, for journey mercies. So, to anyone watching from back home, I see the hustle. I empathize with you, and I pray and hope the Nigeria becomes better. But do your best as a law abiding citizen and get your PVC, because even though sometimes I feel like the votes don't do much, but at least it is your way of taking back the power. To my diaspora family, if you haven't been back home in a while, prepare. Don't lose touch with back home, because at the end of the day, there is no place like home. If you've gotten to this point, thank you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.